Welcome back, lottery fans. Today we're going to be using a pick 5 lottery wheel. I'm going to walk through 3 different states and show you this lottery wheel as an example in 3 different states. And this lottery wheel will work for any lottery that has 5 numbers that you have to pick out. For example, Fantasy 5, Cash 5, New York Take 5 lottery, those kinds of things. All of those work with this lottery wheel. So it's not for the pick 5 lotteries where you have to pick a number between 1 and 9. This is typically for lotteries where you pick something like 5 numbers between 1 and 35 or 1 and 40 or whatever it happens to be in your state. For those of you that haven't run into lottery wheels before, basically they're a way in which you can increase your odds to guarantee you a win if your numbers actually come out. So typically within a pick 5 lottery, you're pretty much set with picking 5 numbers, and then you have to hope that those 5 numbers will come out. In a lottery wheel, you can pick more numbers and arrange those numbers on lines so that if any of those numbers come out, or rather 3 of those numbers come out, then you're guaranteed a win. So for the example that we're using here, this gives you a guaranteed win if 3 of the 8 numbers that you picked come out. So we'll go ahead and we'll pick 8 numbers for the lottery, and then we'll line them up on our individual lines here. And then if 3 of the 8 numbers that we picked come out, then you're guaranteed to win something. If 4 of them come out, then you'll win even more, and of course if 5 come out, you'll definitely win the jackpot. So I'll go ahead and jump in here, and you'll see how this lottery wheel works, and then I'll show you the example for each state of an example drawing and how it would match up with that. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to start with the Florida Fantasy 5 and the Fantasy 5. And the Florida lottery, the Florida Fantasy 5 requires you to pick numbers between 1 and 36. So in terms of picking your numbers here, there's many different ways you can pick it. I won't go into any specific way today. We'll just pick some random numbers. But I like to use hot and cold numbers to do this. You can certainly see some of my previous videos where I've used hot and cold numbers. You might have other mechanisms and tactics that you use to actually pick these numbers here. So definitely use whatever you want to pick these numbers. But for the purpose of this video, to keep it easy, we're just going to go ahead and pick some random numbers. So we'll pick some random numbers between 1 and 36. So we'll start with a 3. And what we do is we'll pick each of our numbers and we'll put them in these individual boxes, and that way we'll be able to tell how we match them up against this wheel when I go through into filling out the wheels. So in box 1 we'll put a 3, box 2 we'll put a 7, box 3 we'll put a 12, box 4 we'll put a 15, box 5 we'll put a 22, box 6 we'll put a 27, box 7 we'll put a 30, and box 8 will do 36. So we go. So once you've got your 8 numbers filled out in all of these individual boxes, we're going to go ahead and translate that onto our grid here, onto our lines. So for this wheel, we're going to play 8 different lines, and we're going to arrange these numbers on these 8 different lines, so that if 3 of these numbers are drawn, we're guaranteed to hit with at least one of these lines here. So we've got the wheel here on the left hand side, and all you're going to do is you're going to look at the number on each box, take the corresponding number that's filled in your box and write it in the line. So to start with, we're going to take this 2 here, excuse me, and we're going to look at what our number 2 was, which was a 7, and we'll fill in a 7 here. And then we're going to look at the next number, which is a 3. We'll look at what we filled in for 3, and that was a 12, so we'll put a 12 here. Then the next one, we had 4. We put what we had for a 4, which is 15, so we'll put a 15 here. And then a 5, what we had for 5 was 22, so we'll put 22 here. And then finally, box number 7, what we had for box number 7 was 30, so we'll put a 30 here. And then we're just going to keep going down, reading those numbers, figuring out what corresponding number we had for it, and filling in the lines here. So 1 we had a 3 here, 2 we had a 7, 4 we had a 15, 6 we had a 27, and 7 we had a 30. Next line down, 1 was a 3, 4 is 15, 5 is 22, 6 is 27, and 8 is 36. Next line, 3 is 12, 4 is 15, 6 is 27, 7 is 30, and 8 is 36. On the next line, we had a 3, 7, 12, 22, and 27. And the next line we have 7, 22, 27, and then a 7, and then a 36. Next line was a 3, 7, 12, 15, and a 36. And then finally, last line, 1 is a 3, 3 is a 12, 5 is a 22, 7 is a 30, and 8 is a 36. There we go, simple as that. So now we can go ahead and I'll show you exactly how, when you see the lottery draw, how this matches up. So say for example, we had a lottery draw and we were lucky enough to see 3 of these 8 numbers land. We had, so for example, a 7 land, we had 22 land, and we had 27 land. So in theory, this wheel works. One of these lines would actually have 3 out of the 5 numbers correct. So we can go ahead and we can look at our numbers here and simulate that and see which of these lines has all of them. So taking a look here, I see on this line here we've got a 7, a 22, and a 27. 7, 22, 27. Those are the 3 numbers that drew in our simulated drawing, and we've got them there. But it doesn't actually stop there. If we actually look on the next line down, 7, 22, 27. So we actually had with this one two hits, 2 separate lines. So we won twice with our 8 lines that played there. So that's pretty much how it works. There are lots and lots of different wheels that you can actually try. There's wheels for pick 4 lotteries, pick 5, pick 6, even pick 7 lotteries. There are different numbers that you can have up here. You can have up to 30 or even more numbers or even less numbers, and you can play more lines and different guarantee rates and stuff like that. So there's tons and tons and tons of wheels out there, but I'm going to keep it simplistic today. I'm only going to use this one wheel. I'll step you through another couple of examples here. So next one, we're going to go ahead and do a similar wheel, the same wheel, and we're going to go ahead and do it in the New York Take 5. And Take 5, let's spell it right. And the New York Take 5 takes numbers between 1 and 39. So we're going to go ahead and we'll pick 8 numbers between 1 and 39. Once again, feel free to pick your numbers however you'd like. You can use hot and cold numbers, you can use frequency statistics and all that kind of stuff. But we're going to go ahead and pick ours. We're going to use a 4, 8, 11, 16, a 24, a 27, 33, and a 39. And these are just completely random. I just pulled those off the top of my head. No real rhyme or reason for doing those at all. So let's go ahead and fill in our lottery wheel the same way. So as I said, we're going to take each number here, look up the corresponding number in the box that we've got, and fill it on our line. So we're going to start with 2. 2, we've got an 8 in our box here. So we'll put an 8 there. With a 3, we've got an 11 in our box. So we'll put an 11 there. 4, we've got a 16 in our box. So we'll put a 16 here. 5, we've got a 24 in our box, so we put a 24 there. 7, we've got a 33 in the box, so we'll put 33 there. On to the next line, 1 is a 4, put that there. 2 is 8, put that there. 4 is 16, put that there. 6 is 27, put that there. And 7 is 33, put that there. So I'm just going to keep going down, filling in all of these lines very quickly so that we have our complete grid filled out. Just basically looking up the numbers, filling in the values for what we have here. Very simple. Once you've done this a few times, it'll be very quick for you to actually go ahead and do these. And if you want this rundown sheet, as with all of my rundown sheets for all of the various different rundowns that I do, you can go ahead and you can download this for free from lotterypredictor.com. I have a link below in the description for that. I've got rundown sheets for this wheel, I've got rundown sheets for doing sums, I've got rundown sheets for pick 3 lotteries, pick 4 lotteries, and they're all completely free. You don't have to do anything to get those. It's just my gift to you guys, so we can all start winning the lottery and hopefully winning money, making ourselves rich. So last couple of lines here, 8, 11, excuse me, I'm getting over a cold here. 39, and then the last line 4, 11, 24, 33, and 39. And hopefully I didn't make any mistakes filling that out. Sometimes I can be prone to making mistakes as I'm talking, filming, and trying to fill in numbers because my brain gets a little bit distracted sometimes, but hopefully I got this right. So let's go ahead and take another example. Let's say, for example, we had a lottery draw where we had 4 come out, and 24 come out, and 39 come out. So as I said, you get it. We've picked 8 numbers rather than the traditional 5 numbers, and now if 3 of the 8 numbers that we picked out, which is where the advantage comes in, because now you've got a bigger pool of numbers that your numbers could fall in, we're guaranteed a win in one of these lines. So let's go ahead and see, out of the numbers that we're simulating here, we had a draw with a 4, 24, and a 39 come in. Which of these lines would actually be winning here? And as I scan down here, it's actually this last line here. So there we go, we've got a 4, we've got a 24, and a 39. So there we go, guaranteed win. Our last line was the winner with those 3 numbers there. So that's good there. Only the one looks like on this actual drawing here. No, wait, my mistake. We do actually have a second line as well. It's not often I see 2 lines coming out all the time, but we've hit it twice now, so that's good. So there we go, we've got a 4, 24, and a 39 there. So 2 of these lines worked for us, which is great. Let's go ahead and go into our final example, just to cement it home, and so you can see just one more example of how this works. Once again, I'm completely making up the numbers I choose for these 8 numbers here. There is no real pattern that I'm showing you today. I can definitely show other patterns for choosing these numbers later on in later videos. But for this one, we're going to use the Illinois Lucky Day Lotto. And the Lucky Day Lotto is a pick 4 lottery, pick 5 lottery rather, much like the other 2 I've shown, and much like most other states have as well. This one requires numbers between 1 and 45, so the odds are a little bit further on this one. But let's go ahead and pick out our numbers here. Let's go with 7, 9, 15, 22, 26, 31, 42, because I love 42, and 45. There we go, simple as that. Now we're going to go ahead, and like the other 2 examples, we're going to use our wheel to fill in our lines here, and we're going to go take the value of each number in our 5 spots on the line, look up the corresponding value for the number that we put in there, and fill it on the line. So for 2, we'll have a 9 here. 3, we'll have a 15. 4 will be 22. 5 will be 26. And 7 is 42. Any Douglas Adams fans out there will know why I like 42 so much there. On the next line, we'll have a 7, a 9, a 22, a 31, and a 42. Moving down with 7, 22, 26, 31, 45. Next line, 15, 22, 31, 42, 45. Next line is 7, 9, 15, 26, and 31. It says, hopefully I'm not making any mistakes as I fill this in. Sometimes it can be prone to mistakes, but I'm sure you guys will let me know in the comments if I did make any mistakes, because you've got my back, I know. 15, 22, 45, and the very last line, 7, 15, 26, 42, a little brain freeze there, and 45. There we go. So one final time, let's go ahead and simulate a drawing. Let's go ahead and use these 3 numbers here. So we've got 8 numbers, as I said, that we picked out. If these 3 numbers came out in our lottery drawing, in theory, if I've done this right, we should have at least one of these lines that has 3 numbers in it. Let's go ahead and take a look here, and actually I see one right off the bat here, this very first line here. 9, 15, and 22 there. Let's go ahead and we'll scan down and see whether or not I see any others. Yep, and I see another line here as well. 9, 15, and 22. So 2 of our lines there had all 3 numbers. So once again, for the Illinois Lucky Day, we won on 2 lines there because 3 of the 8 numbers that we picked out actually came. And it's as simple as that. I'm going to do other wheels for other different odds and other Pick 6 lotteries as well, definitely later on. But if you like this video, please leave me a comment, give me a thumbs up, let me know if you want me to do your state. Please subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks, bye.